Here it is, CY and Robert, the numbers for the Royal Slugger in the month of June. And CY, there's home runs, and then there's monster opposite field home runs, and he's doing it all. And JP Morosi, we spoke with him on the show the other day, talking about the adjustments to his stance in the box. What stands out to you? Because these numbers are insane.
Yeah, Lauren, it's fascinating. It's when you think of the young stars, you go back to that 2024 draft. I was watching the show yesterday, and y'all had the board up of Chase Burns and Jac Caglianone. There's so many dudes that came from the 24 draft who are in the big leagues right now. And as you look at their careers and how they're going to progress, especially coming off the draft, these guys all have huge ceilings. And you know they're going to come around at some point, but the path is going to be different no matter who you are. Jordan Walker to Jac Caglianone. One guy could take a few years, and another guy, it seems like he's figuring it out much faster than normal. And when you watch what he's able to do, what stands out to me is clearly the power. Lauren, you talked about his numbers in June already. It seems like he's turned the corner. This is a player who had some legit struggles last year, way too much swing and miss. You knew he had the big power. When you think about how hard he hits the ball, you think of Jac Caglianone, you think of James Wood, Aaron Judge, Nick Kurtz. But the one thing that they have to do is be able to put the ball in play a little bit more. But when you look at the bombs, this is what stands out, and this is what you would love if you were at a draft combine. As far and as hard as he hits the ball, and you look at these players, these are guys who would be off the StatCast metrics if you took them to a combine. Joe Adele, Jac Caglianone, these are going to be showcase darlings that you have, but you still have to put it together. So I wanted to look a little bit into what is the adjustment that he's made? When you look side by side, I can't see huge adjustments, but pause it real quick right here. It's very clear to see left side to right side, 25 to 26. He's clearly much less wide on the right side. He's more narrow, standing up a little more tall. And as I watch the move, we may run this a couple times. What this tells me, and run that back and run it one more time. A lot of players, and I did this myself, when you find yourself scuffling, the natural instinct for you to do is to get wider in the box. Think about putting the ball in play. Think about playing pepper, and what ends up happening from time to time, and this happened to me, is you get wider and your mindset is only on putting the ball in play, which in turn is almost the reverse effect to where you start to chase more. You start to try to catch the ball out further in front, and you lose your athleticism. Jac Caglianone is a huge specimen of a human being, and to see him, he's so athletic. He's one of those guys, he needs to get more athletic. It pays off better for him to stay tall, to move his feet. Even when we watch the stride right here, foot's gonna stay on the ground a little bit longer. You're thinking about contact on the right side, it's a legit leg kick. One other thing he's talked about, and I saw him on your show a few weeks ago, I believe. He's trying to quiet everything down. Look on the left side compared to the right side. You're going to see a lot more bat movement up here going on compared to trying to be as quiet as possible this year. Look at the difference here. 25, a lot of bat movement. 26, if we can run that back, we can run this one right here. Perfect. We have 3 of them. Let's keep it going. We got a lot of bat movement to a little bat movement. One more example. A lot of bat movement here, a lot of movement. When things are going to go wrong, it's because you're moving around too much, and the guys are just throwing way too hard to where you have to simplify it. So when we look at the adjustments that he's made with his stance, like we said before, a little more narrow. Intercept point has moved deeper, though. It's moved deeper. You're going from hitting it almost 11 inches out to 7. You're still catching the ball out in front to where he's going to drive the ball, but now he can drive it. He can move the field around. He can move it all the way around, still get the ball in the air, and then you see the velo, the changes on velo, success against velocity. Huge, night and day. When you're moving around a lot, you find yourself getting late. And as we're talking about this reminds me of a conversation that I had with Kyle Schwarber a couple years ago. Another guy with major power. And the only thing he was trying to work on, these are small adjustments. He wanted to limit the hand movement, limit the bat movement. You have to make it as simple as possible. When you're talking about big, strong guys, the more that they can be from point A to point B and almost treat it as if they're a slap hitter, or almost treat it as if they're a small guy, because they're so big and strong that you don't have to generate. You never have to reach back for any more in the tank because your natural ability is going to take over. And as I watch his at-bats now, the swings are getting better. He's hitting the ball hard. You're seeing the success that is happening for him. And from the adjustments, he's hitting the ball harder at a higher rate. And so he's had so much success, but I wanted to get into the at-bats from last night, mainly because you don't know that you're going good only when you're getting base hits. Sometimes it's process-oriented about how do my at-bats look even when I don't get any hits. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, but you still see the promise when you watch the at-bats. He's not flinching. He's not jumping. He's not trying to reach for anything. He's trusting the swing, and you can see the same swing happening over and over again. Yes, Drew Rasmussen beats him right here, but the rest of the at-bat, he was fully locked in. He knows his zone. He's getting his A swing off, and that's what everybody's trying to do. That was a pitch he would have chased previously. He's lowering the chase rate slightly right now, but when he's hitting the ball 102 miles an hour right here, I understand it's a ground ball. Next at bat, line drive to center field. No, it doesn't pay off. You don't get the 2 RBIs. You don't get the base hit, but you can go and sit in your locker after the game, and you can say, did I have good at-bats today? Did I put together good at-bats? When teams are watching you on, where do we hit Jac Caglianone in the lineup? Can we move him up? Can you put him in front of Salvi to get him some protection? These are the things that teams are looking at to determine that this guy is right where he needs to be. It's not all about if you get a hit today or if you didn't get a hit today. It's about if your process is right, if your swings are right. And right now, he's starting to have those at-bats, guys, that I feel like he's locked in, and I feel like we're going to stay here for years to come.
Well, remember, Bobby Witt is nursing a knee injury, and if he's going to be out an extended period of time, they're going to need Jac Caglianone to continue to put up those kind of numbers and that kind of production.